indelible mark left on the personality and outlook of Gandhi as a result of his experiences in South Africa. Next slide. To understand Gandhi's role and the transformation that took place, we have to understand the background, the context that he stepped into. The Indians in South Africa arrived there on 16th November 1860. South Africa was a part of the British Empire. The British settlers in South Africa, the farmers, wanted to exploit or take advantage of this tropical and semi-tropical climate of South Africa by growing sugarcane. But they found that the labor pool in South Africa, made up of mainly Africans, were not interested in farm labor. So they introduced the scheme of indenture, or indentured labor, where Indians from India were taken by their boatloads on an indentured scheme, where they undertook or signed a contract to work on the sugarcane fields for 5 years in return for 10 shillings per month. And at the end of 5 years, they were allowed to remain in South Africa as free Indians with a grant of land by the authorities, or they could return to India with a free passage. So from the period 1860 right up to 1911, 384 boatloads of indentured laborers descended on South Africa. Of course, the numbers fluctuated because at the end of their contract, some Indians left to India while many remained as free Indians and became farmers in their own right, became waiters waiters, hawkers, farm laborers, and so on and so on. They were regarded as free Indians. So, by 1886, there were 20,000 free Indians, and the II there, indentured Indians, numbered 8,951. In 891, the population of Natal, which is the main province where Indians are predominate, and that happened because the movement of the Indians was restricted. They were confined to one province. Very few were allowed to go to the Transvaal, and none of them were allowed more than 2 months in a province called the Orange Free State. So in 1891, the population was 41,142, and there were a new group of Indians called passenger Indians. And these were mainly from, were Gujarati speaking or by Muslim background, who were primarily interested in trade. So by 1904, just when Gandhi arrived, or he came in, he came in 1893, but 1904, 1,225 Indian traders in Natal. And by 1911, just before his departure to India, there were a total, not sure of his fortunes. And then 21 years later, leaving for India as a hero, feasted in Durban Johannesburg, and even in London, hailed as a hero, but dressed in loin cloth. What a contrast. What about this change? That he was born in India, but made in South Africa. South Africa, that I became what I am.
It should not be a big surprise to us because he is a very close friend of ours, and our new minister, Health and Wellness Minister, Mr. Gene Sudeski, he is with us. He's dropped in by to say hello to us. So without further ado, I request Mr. Sudeski to come forward and say a few words to us. Thank you.